Okay, here we go. The VGRT Gaming Podcast, episode 782, recorded on June 8th, 2026.
Hello, and welcome to the 700... I'm sorry, I got a little bit of feedback there.
Okay, I'll do it over again. Hold on. What the hell is my notes? The VGRT Gaming Podcast, episode 782, recorded on June 8th, 2026.
Hello, and welcome to the 782nd edition of the TD Gaming Podcast and 615th episode of Video Game Roundtable. I am TJ Denzer.
I am Scott Dirk.
And I am Jonah Falcon.
The VGRT Gaming Podcast focuses on game news from around the industry and a gaming flashback.
So, TJ, take this one. Since James Bond is currently hitting consoles really hard, we might as well do the very first one.
Yep. Gaming flashback this week is Shaken But Not Stirred. It is a 1982 text adventure developed and published by Richard Shepard Software and released in the United Kingdom for the ZX Spectrum. This game is based on the fictional spy character of James Bond. In Shaken But Not Stirred, players play as James Bond and must prevent a plot by Dr. Death, who threatens to destroy London unless he receives a ransom. The game begins with a cutscene depicting a jet and its onboard warhead being stolen. The player initially receives a briefing from M and then subsequently chooses from a range of weapons offered by Q. The player may choose 3 different weapons, which can be used against various enemies. In the game's first stage, the player must traverse around the world to gather clues in the forms of anagrams that will help determine the location of Dr. Death's island base. During the first stage, players must defend against enemies such as little people, muggers, and priests, as well as unidentified packages. The player must return to London during the first stage to replenish lost health and restock on ammunition. In the second stage, players must locate the entrance to Dr. Death's underwater lair. Once in the second stage, the player can no longer return to London. If located, a secret stock of benzodrine can be used by the player to replenish lost health. Each location on the island is connected, allowing the player to construct a map. The locations change each time the stage is replayed. While on the island, the player must defend against enemies that include scorpions, sharks, and wolves. Upon locating the lair's entrance, players enter a 10x10 room, 3-dimensional maze. The player must locate the control room to disarm the nuclear warhead during the search, and the player must avoid Pause, a unbeatable steel-fisted enemy. The player must avoid a dwarf enemy named Tic Tac, and they may use a map of up to 3 times, although the map appears on screen for 10 seconds each time it's accessed. When the control room is located, the player must win a mini-game puzzle to defuse the warhead and complete the game. Bond then returns to London to drink a martini that has been shaken, not stirred in its preparation. The player can save progress once, but cannot save again once a save game has been loaded. Phil Garrett of ZX Computing wrote, "This is the best program I've seen from Richard Shepard, and there is certainly plenty of it. I think it's a shame that all the graphics are left for the last section, which is very hard to reach. Little use is made of sound, and rather too much is made of the R&D function for me to be hooked." Garrett noted the game's use of drugs to restore the player's health, writing, "I don't remember James Bond ever taking drugs, apart from the occasional Mickey Finn. And I'm not sure it's the sort of idea that should be incorporated into a game." Oh, how times have changed. Computer and Video Games wrote that the game had the authentic feel of a James Bond novel, and wrote, "At last, a realistic James Bond, a 007 adventure. The mode of play is quite different from the most adventure games, successfully recreating the world of James Bond on a computer. Sinclair User called the game a fast-moving machine code adventure, but Stage 1 can be slightly monotonous, as it is all too easy to be killed. There are also random elements in the game which hamper the planning of strategy."
Yeah, there's a lot of little people in that game.
That's what I'm understanding. That's an odd one.
I would love to see a real Bond villain named Tic Tac.
Wasn't there I forgot what it was called. It was like he had a hat and he was
Odd Job? No.
Yeah,
they did have a villain who was Hervé Villechaize, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an odd one. You go from fighting just little people and thugs to wolves and paws.
Yeah. Paws, I think, was just another way of saying jaws.
Yeah, sure.
Instead of a steel fist, you had steel teeth.
Right. Then that guy was in Moonraker.
Yeah. But that was 1979, so he came out before Paws did.
Oh. Yeah. That's right.
Anyways, we're going to move on to quick news. FromSoftware has finally announced an Elden King Switch 2 release date. It'll be released on August 28th and packaged as the Tarnished Edition, which includes the Shadow of the Erdtree expansion. I'd love to see how much it can handle of Elden Ring.
The fact that it's been delayed a few times means I'm curious too, because it may be a little bit rickety. This is definitely going to be an interesting one to see. But we've seen a lot of like high scale games make their way to the Switch at this point. Like at the very least, Capcom seems to know how to do it.
Rayman Legends is being remastered in full 3D. This was not part of the showcases, by the way. This was before the showcases. What do you think? Because a lot of people were a little bit dubious because it did that Sonic thing of going from 2D 3D to 3D 3D, you know, like in the running parts.
I'm just glad to have Rayman game again and no sign of the stupid raving rabbits in it. I
don't know that. There could be raving rabbits in it.
Shut up, Jonah.
For the most part, right now, it looks like it's just a remake of Rayman Legends, which is one of the best platformers of all time, by the way.
Yeah,
So,
it's just good to see another Rayman game, and I don't mind 3D characters with 2D side scrolling or combining.
And they do have the 3D side scrolling too. But here's the thing: in the original game, I think those parts were just these elements that wouldn't change if you had 2D or 3D, no matter what. It was just one of those grabathons.
I think that the original game had a very distinct art style that I kind of lament losing in this new one.
It had a good charm.
Yeah, it had a very cartoonish quality to it. And to their credit, the new style looks cartoonish as well, but it's way more clean than that old classic style.
Well, I mean, you had 16 the original. You know, it was
I know. It's
just on the SNES, wasn't it?
The Rayman Legends? No, I was on.
No,
Xbox
not. I mean, I'm
360.
talking about the first Rayman.
Thought that was PlayStation.
Oh, yeah. All right, it was on 16-bit machines when it first started, so it maintained that look during its console days.
Yeah, and I really liked the look of Rayman Legends. It had kind of I don't want to say Ren and Stimpy, but it had sort of that that sort of gross style to it. That it was,
I thought it was prettier than Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, I agree, but it had similar vibes, and I like that sort of gritty, gross vibe of it, as opposed to like the very, very clean look that it has now.
Also, Rayman forced Mario into changing, because Rayman did things like co-op and and all that stuff, and the certain kind of levels that they did, Mario said, "Oh, you know what? We should do that too." 2D Mario's, I mean.
Yeah, and we eventually did. We got a Super Mario Adventure World.
PlayerUnknown survival game is shutting down after 6 months after launch. Prologue Go Way Back is done, and not only they're halting work on the project, but they're also laying off staff. That was quick. Does Battlegrounds do anything? Is Battlegrounds still a thing? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
They still have made plenty of money. They make plenty of money off of that every year, just because like Korea loves that game, especially the mobile version. And this thing that they were working on was kind of just like a full-scale planetary geographical modeler and simulator. So I'm not really sure what the end game of this was ever supposed to be beyond research, but it seems like
beyond being a live action, a live service game, I would imagine.
Yeah, but whatever it was, they have run out of the money that they need to do it, which is a shame because they also seem to have laid off people in the process.
Well, that goes without saying these days. That's been a constant complaint, people getting laid off.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're right. It seemed half-assed to begin with.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm not even sure what the goal of it was because like it didn't look like particularly a game. I guess it's a game in the way that Microsoft Flight Simulator is a game, but I really never understood like what it was meant to do beyond be research and possibly have applications and maybe other games.
Someone is going to have to do a really updated version of PlanetSide. That's what I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Basically it. Street of Rage movie hires Sonic screenwriters, and James Samuel is set to direct the Street of Rage film adaptation.
I'm happy for it. I'm excited for this. Like,
at least it'll have a story, unlike a certain Mario movie.
Yeah.
With these movies
Streets
that
of
have
Rage
no
is
story.
Streets of Rage just had an incredible glow up, and I'm happy to see how things are turning out for it. Like having Streets of Rage 4 be such a masterpiece that it was, and then this movie thing, I'm excited to see what it is.
Anyways, this weekend is not E3 showcasing, and it was a lot of games, a whole crap load of games. And I don't know where to start. Do you want to start with State of Play? Because Sony started it actually pretty early, a few days before everybody else.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here's the thing, though. A lot of the games are multi-platform, so let's avoid talking about multi-platform for now and just talk about things that are specifically Sony. I know the one announcement, TJ, that got your attention over all of them. I know which one. It's Until Dawn 2, isn't
it? No, not quite.
Really? Because I know you loved Until Dawn.
I mean, I do love Until Dawn, and it's neat that they're making a new one. But my eyes were on something else. I had and it's a cross-platform, so I'll save it for later.
What? No, God of War Luffy?
No, that's I don't think that's cross-platform.
No, it's not. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Sony's stuff, not the cross-platform stuff.
Yeah.
Do we really need to talk about Marathon? I no, we don't need to talk about Marathon.
No.
Let's talk about Wolverine.
That looked impressive. A lot of those people seem like they would have just given up and turned in their gun and walked away if he just let them. After Wolverine, he started killing the first guys.
I know a lot of people are going to like the Wolverine game. That's probably the strongest one there that was shown at that showcase, because it got really bloody, and I think that's one of the things that people just want to see. But Wolverine character just tearing into people.
He jumps over a bridge, like a gap, cuts off a guy's leg, and then drives his fist up through the guy's chin with the claws through his skull. And I just think if I was there and I saw that, I would probably not stay. In fact, I would probably put down my gun and leave as soon as possible, because that's not happening for any of those people. And those poor guys.
I mean, now that Kratos is a dad, they need someone else to do
it. Those dudes got utterly destroyed. And I think that's what a lot of people wanted to see, because like everybody's been hoping that I'm thinking of the developers. They've been hoping that it'll match the energy of what we got in X-Men Legends Wolverine, which is a weird thing to say, but that game is amazing. And and hopefully it looks like they're on the right track, if that trailer was any indication.
Oh, I think another one is Bancho the Chef. That was kind of neat. Where you're cooking sushi and another Japanese cuisine.
I don't fully recall that one. I might have had my eyes down when that one played.
Okay.
You have Silent Hill Townfall, which is going to be an exclusive for a while.
Yeah. Which is going to be in there's a lot of odd things about that, because it's apparently going to be an original town again. and which I guess like the location doesn't matter too much as long as they build a good vibe with it. But it's also a different studio than what we've gotten before.
Do we care about Onimusha?
I do. I think that game's going to be fun, and they put out a demo for it. I need to play that. I'll play that before next week.
Onimusha's been around so long. It's sort of like another one.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since we've had a new Onimusha game because like they've been doing other things. They've been doing Resident Evil and all sorts of other stuff.
So how about No Rest for the Wicked, which is being done by the guys who did Ori?
Yeah, well, that's kind of an interesting thing too, isn't it? Because Ori was was Ori an Xbox exclusive
for a little while?
No.
Then it came out to Nintendo.
It's on Steam, or it's been on Steam. For
No. It was an Xbox exclusive, and then it went to well, it wasn't. It stopped being a console exclusive when Microsoft put it on Nintendo. No Rest for the Wicked is a limited time exclusivity. It's going to be on PC and PlayStation for a bit, and then it's going to be on Xbox and Nintendo later. But yeah, Moon Studios, it's the first game since Ori that they've done.
Yeah, and it's looking interesting. Like I've come to expect a pretty high level of quality from Moon Studios, so it looks like they're on the right track again. I'm excited to see more of it.
Then we have another limited time exclusive, and that's Phantom Blade Zero.
A lot of people were upset about this exclusivity because Phantom Blade Zero has been like in development for a pretty long time and gotten a pretty decent following out of it. So when they learned that it was going to be exclusive to PlayStation, a lot of people got really mad.
Well, it's a year exclusivity.
Yeah, this was one that I've seen. Like I saw like the most sore people about because they like Xbox and PC players were really upset that they don't get to play it right away.
More sore than the people over Luffy?
Yeah.
I mean, man, most people are really sore.
So many games coming out. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't play all of them.
Yeah, it's true. Very true.
What did you think of Ill?
I can't remember it.
That's the first-person horror game.
Yeah, I'm not into horror.
It's the one with this is the one with destructible bodies.
Yeah, that's not going to be me.
I'm asking TJ now.
Yeah,
It's hyping up the physics of the game.
Pull this one up again because I don't remember much about it.
It's basically Resident Evil except with realistic physics and destructible bodies.
Oh yeah,
it has a dismemberment system. Something that you were hyped for Killing Floor 3 until it sucked.
That's true. Doesn't look bad.
The Stuntman game was kind of interesting.
That's it's by Munfish. It's Ill is by Munfish, who did Atomic Heart.
Cloud. What?
They have Munfish at the beginning of their trailer.
Oh well, it's Team Cloud. This is their first game.
Huh.
Not coming out for a while though. It's coming out in 2027.
Why Munfish is on there then? They're like it says Munfish Powerhouse at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, but
they're supporting.
Yeah, Jesus. I know my brain is lost here. Yeah, they have the Stuntman series coming back too. That's been a while since that was out. Did you ever play any of the Stuntman games?
No, I haven't played any of them.
Okay, it was basically another GTA competitor for the most part. That's going to be multi-platform. But what's interesting about Stuntman Hollywood is that it's one thing. It's by Saber Interactive, so yeah, the Sniper Elite guys. They're going to be recreating stunts from stuff like Fast and the Furious and Back to the Future and Knight Rider.
Yeah, I like seeing Knight Rider and Back to the Future cars. That looked pretty cool.
But Otherwise, what they showed off were some multi-platform games like the next Tomb Raider. How do you feel about it? Yet another Tomb Raider.
I was feeling interested until I saw an AI disclosure on their Steam page.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Ace Combat 8 is announced. People are raving about it already.
Yes, it looks very good. I like Ace Combat. It's kind of a cousin series to Armored Core, and they have a lot of ridiculous things in common.
Remedy came out with another Control game.
Control Resonant.
It's like Alan Wake, Control, that's all they do. And Alan Wake and Control are in the same universe. And the question is, do you care?
I mean, I know a lot of people do, like people who are fans of the Control series. The Control series has never really hit me. All that. I don't know. It just doesn't catch me. Like Alan Wake itself has a heart, I'm kind of halfway in, halfway out on that one because I think the character Alan Wake is kind of a horrible person, and it makes it hard to support him through that story.
Well, so is James Sunderland. Damn it! So are all the characters in Silent Hill. That's the point. They're terrible people.
James is like some of those characters are manageable up until you see the twist about them, but I think Alan kind of sucks all the way.
Okay.
Not the game, but like the character Alan Wake. He sucks. I hate him.
Do we care about Kratos' wife? Really? That's what God of War Lofty is. Now his wife is back from the dead, and now she's going to start killing. We do know it's not going to be on PC. God forbid.
Well, I guess both Sony and Xbox want to do exclusives now.
No. Only 2 of the games announced at the Xbox Showcase were Xbox exclusives.
That's still 2 games.
Yeah, but the major titles are not. The 2 games that are not exclusive are minor titles, and we'll get to that in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls.
I thought that'd be a TJ game.
I know, that's why I'm leading towards TJ here.
Yeah.
I know nothing really about these fighting games.
That was my favorite thing from the showcase. That was probably my favorite thing
Really?
all weekend because
Really?
we got a kick-ass team out of it. They've been showing off the character teams for Marvel Tokon, which is like a 4v4 game. So they've been showing teams of 4. And this time around, we got to see Doctor Doom's team, which included Magneto, which everybody loves, Carnage, who isn't like people were probably expecting Venom, but Carnage is a nice alternative to that, and Green Goblin, who has never appeared in a fighting game and looked awesome. Like Marvel Tokon is consistently making some of the best versions of the Marvel characters I've ever seen.
Very
and
anime-esque.
Goblin looks awesome in this game. He looks positively devious and fiendish. And I think he's an insta-lock for my team. I really am excited to play that character.
Okay. So no thoughts on Until Dawn 2?
Not particularly. I'm happy they're doing it. I like the first game, but like I've been kind of hit or miss on Supermassive games. They have like some where they nail it and some where they just flop.
Do you know that the last game was a stealth part of their anthology? They didn't have it on the cover, but it was in the game.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
So yeah, their latest game. Hold on, anthology. Oh, the Dark Pictures anthology. Yeah, the last one was actually part of the thing. The Quarry was actually a Dark Pictures anthology thing, but it never said anything on the cover. Maybe they felt that the Dark Pictures Anthology logo would turn people off from the game. And the scary thing is they might be right. If it said Dark Pictures Anthology, they might have said, thank you.
I don't know, because like like I said, it feels like they're hit and miss, which is why it's a little bit hard for me to be super excited for Telltale 2, because I know with Supermassive I'm getting like I know the formula I'm getting, which I kind of enjoy, but like the quality is like hit or miss.
I think it's been mostly miss for me.
It's been a miss on a lot of the Dark Pictures Anthology games.
So let's go to Microsoft, and then we'll do the PC stuff. What was your game? And let's not talk about Gears of War E-Day right now. Let's talk about the other games they announced. Well, it wasn't actually an announcement, just a showcase. What struck you most? I'm gonna guess for Scott. Scott, I'm pretty sure you thought it was Fable.
Well, if we're going with Xbox-centric ones, then I guess, yeah, Fable.
Well, keep in mind, Fable is not Xbox-centric. It's going to be launching first on Xbox, then PlayStation, probably a year afterward.
Right. The ones I wanted more were the Castlevania and Spyro.
But here's the thing. Everybody got excited over seeing Jack of Blades. Because it meant one thing. This is going to be a reboot.
Nice.
Not remember the Jack of Blades?
Oh, that's the sister then?
No, that's the end. No, the sister. Yeah, that's the other thing. Isabella is there, the sister, and she seems to be more of a villain this time around.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know.
No, Jack of Blades at the very end.
Yeah.
That was.
I
Jack
just
of Blades.
forgot. It's been a while.
It looked really, really good.
Oh yeah.
It looked like Fable, except what Peter
Molyneux
Molyneux wanted it to be.
It looked like they dropped the goofiness and made a more serious RPG.
No, that's just it. It's still goofy. It just looks real.
Yeah.
It's less stylized.
When my colleagues and I were watching that trailer, I at first was thinking it was an Elder Scrolls trailer because of the way that the characters were shaped and the way it was so foggy and everything. And then as they got deeper into it, and then we started to get a few more humorous elements, like I was like, oh, okay, it's Fable. But that initial reaction was like, what are we getting? Is this an Elder Scrolls?
I thought, oh wait, are they showing Elder Scrolls 6?
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, I didn't recognize it at first. That's really the point, is that it was just so different, or at least unexpected. Like,
I'll tell you what was unexpected: a new Plague Tale game.
Mm-hmm.
Resonance.
That was an interesting one to see. They keep making those, which means that they must be doing well enough to be appreciated. Good for them.
That is the other thing that was also unexpected. Senua was one of the announcements.
Well,
I thought our story was told.
You know what was really unexpected to me was Vivarium. I did not expect to see an anime adventure point click. I don't know what it's some sort of anime game, but it's like very old style anime, like 90s, 80s.
Yeah, no, it looked like 80s Ghibli. You know, when Studio Ghibli was doing its first games, it looked like 80s graphics, but had that Studio Ghibli look that was starting to.
Yeah, and it seems to have some sort of I'm trying to think of a genre that this fits.
Bottle City thing.
Yeah, it looks like a nice story-centric game that I did not expect to see here at the Xbox show, so that was very surprising.
It was really funny was having a game in which you play as Napoleon Bonaparte in Souls-like. It's like, yeah, here comes Napoleon Bonaparte, he's kicking ass.
Made by the people who made Ghost Runner. Like, couldn't be possibly any more different from each other. Like Ghost Runner,
people were saying Lies of Napoleon.
Like Ghost Runner is a sci-fi ninja fast-paced combat game.
Yeah.
And then Valor Mortis, you play as a ghost of Napoleon's armies that fights monsters for Napoleon.
There are two games that I didn't know anything about, which were instantly on my radar. The first one was Magicians, the Devil's Deal. And my thought was, this is the best Arcane game that Arcane never made.
Magicians did look quite interesting. The sticking to the wand and the car and like the tricks was fun. I liked that style, and I'm interested to see more of that.
And what's interesting is that someone in the comments said, you know, it's interesting. You know, magicians would be a great protagonist of all that stuff. And I responded, you know, Balan Wonderworld sticks its decrepit head out. Says, we don't talk about that game here. The other thing that I did not expect was Minecraft Dungeons 2. I didn't know there was a call for it, but hey.
Well, Mojang already had shown their teaser for that at their Minecraft
I did not expect it. I'm just hoping it's a lot more difficult than Dungeons, because Dungeons... The reason why I stopped playing Dungeons was because it was so easy. It was like baby's first Diablo.
Yeah. They're making it for the wider audience, so I think it...
Yes, but no, I mean, you can make it harder. One thing that people definitely did not expect was a new Crazy Taxi game.
Yeah, I didn't expect that one. That one also has the AI thing on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. The other game that I was really intrigued by was Join Us, which is basically Far Cry 5 meets Cult of the Lamb. It looked really, really, really good.
That one did look very odd. Just a straight up.
It was like Fable, except people are saying, I don't want to. You're trying to convince people to join your cult. It's funny when they refuse you. Say, yeah, get the fuck away from me.
Having a action sim game about running a cult in backwoods rural suburbia is a little bit on the nose right now.
What do you think of Bad Magpie?
I thought it was a very odd thing to see in the middle of some of the stuff it was being shown with. Like
it's a magpie with a missing wing who can't fly.
Yeah.
No one said it was like Untitled Goose Games for the birds.
Yeah, and it was very colorful and very, like, it was obviously an indie game right from the second that you saw that trailer start. But it was nice.
It has a dark side, though. There's a darkness to it that I can't quite place on it. I mean, when he goes to that star, or actually when he actually picks up the the stick and sets it on fire, and all the flowers stare at him in horror. A lot of people were excited over Metro 2039. Are you?
No.
Those games are like, I know people that are way, way, way into them. They're probably some of the best narrative first-person shooters out there right now. And that next one is about to be real surly because the writer on those games is working with them on the next game, and he got exiled from Russia because he opposed the Ukrainian conflict.
Any thoughts on either Persona?
No.
We didn't get... Persona 4 revival was bound to happen eventually because they did well off of the Persona 3 remake.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to see more of Persona 6. We really
it did hint at what it's going to be about. It did hint a little bit at what it's going to be about. There was a lot of graves and death about it.
I guess that's not a surprise since you're always hunting personas and spirits and whatnot. But I'm more interested in the Castlevania Belmont's Curse got a release date.
Okay.
October 15th, Halloween. Well, not Halloween, but October at any rate.
Yeah. It looks good. It's one of those games in which they're sticking with the formula, but they're upgrading the graphics so that they're a lot more smooth.
Yeah. It looks like it'll be a lot of fun to play.
Also, it's the first time you have a canon female daughter of Dracula. The Sonya is not canon.
So it's not Sonya.
No, it's Rose.
Yeah, and like, okay, so when we got an early review, like look at this game back in March, Sony put up a PlayStation Greatest Heroines article in which they called her Sonya Belmont, And I was like curious about like why we got this sudden change now, and I went to go check, and sure enough, they altered that article since it went out. And
How about Spyro? Spyro's back.
Well, hold on.
That
I
was
want to talk about this because it's a strange change. She looks
Okay.
like Sonya. She acts like Sonya, and like, why would she not just be Sonya?
I think
I don't know.
Sonya's older. Isn't she from like 1100 or something?
I don't know. I think she was around the. It's an odd. I feel like a phone call was made at a certain point that made this change
She's like
happen.
the name Rose more than Sonya. But Sonya was still non-canon. Maybe they didn't want to make her canon.
I don't know.
Spyro.
Anyways, yeah, Spyro looked very good. That was exciting to see that.
I thought it was Spyro Dragoon.
I mean, it's fun to fly around as a dragon shooting fire. So yeah, of course I want to play this game.
Also, you have to remember that this is the 30th anniversary of Crash Bandicoot, so I'm wondering if there's going to be any announcement of that.
Crash. I haven't seen a Crash Bandicoot in
Since 4.
30 years. So I don't
No,
know.
what are you talking about? They had the Insane Trilogy, and then they had Crash Bandicoot 4. What are you talking about?
I don't know. It
You never
just
saw
hasn't
Crash
seemed
Bandicoot
relevant
4?
in a very long time.
Really?
Really?
Let's see, when did Crash... I think it came out 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's called Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time.
Yeah, it came out 2020.
Oh, I guess I forgot.
Maybe that's
already.
why it was during the pandemic. And he was busy playing Animal Crossing.
It's pretty good. It's like probably the best. I think it's probably the best Crash Bandicoot that they've done.
Toys for Bob really
Toys
knows how to
Toys
make
for Bob has a
games.
pretty good understanding of how to make a mascot platformer feel fun.
Yeah. Finally, the two games which I am most interested in, and I know you're highly interested in one of them. That's Clockwork Revolution, and they showed more of that game.
Yeah, that looked cool. I love steampunk.
I love Brian Fargo. He knows how to make a game. Yeah. It was less about the time travel in this one. It did have the time travel moment, but it was actually more about doing a heist and some of what you're going to be doing in the game. There's a lot more characters, and this was the one of the games that is going to be a console exclusive. Just Clockwork Revolution.
Yep. That
And it's-
game looks very cool. I am consistently impressed by how cool they make that thing look. And I don't know. I like it doesn't it feels so far away, but every time that we see something new on it, it looks like they are cooking very, very, very well.
The other game, which I'm super excited about, of course, is State of Decay 3. And I was worried about the game because I was worried that they were going to change it so that it was more of a live service game. And instead, it looks like they're just making State of Decay 2 with some really good graphics.
Mhm.
Really good graphics. Grand Theft Auto level graphics.
Yeah, they looked like they had a pretty good handle on what they're doing there. And that game, it's been in development for quite a while, right?
I think they had a change in strategy mid-development, which is why it's taking a while. I think it actually was going to be a live service game, and they said, no, let's not. We'll just rebuild it from scratch. The last State of Decay 2 came out in 2018.
Yeah.
I will say this, though. It's going to be on PlayStation 5, and I'm not bothered by that because all that means is that you can have a lot more co-op partners. I just hope if they do the same... Oh, God, what do they call it? What's that mode called? The multiplayer mode. I just hope it's not as frustrating as it is in State of Decay 2.
Yeah.
Because it takes forever to gain any points in that. It's just boring. It's just boring. Yeah, I'm really excited over it. Then you have Wolong 2.
Wolong 2 is like Neo set in the Three Kingdoms China era. And I didn't know much about the first game. Like, I wasn't on review when we did it, but our guy that did the review on Wolong 1 gave it a 9 out of 10. He said it was really great. I like Neo. I think I need to go back and take a look at the first Wolong and see more about
Some
this
other
game.
people said it was what's the name of that Chinese game? You know, about Wukong. They said it was more like Wukong than Neo. At least that was their impression. I haven't played it. I just know it's
I don't
on Game
know.
Pass.
It's Team Ninja, so like I would hope that it has a little bit more. I'm not going to say that Wukong doesn't have depth to it, but
No,
do
but I
think
mean
that-
it has the same look and action. I'm not talking about
Right.
gameplay. I'm just talking about the feel of it.
yeah. Yeah, my understanding of Wolong is that it's Neo, but like China and ancient China, which I'm into it. I like the Three Kingdoms mythology in of itself, and the idea of doing a Neo style RPG through that sounds fun.
Finally, everything else is just DLC. You have the Age of Wonders 4 DLC. You have the Doom DLC. You have all the live service DLC like Fallout 76 and Sea of Thieves and stuff like that. So it doesn't really interest me that much. We'll talk about the last item though. Excuse me. Halo Campaign Evolved. It's coming with 3 new missions, and I'm going to say this: they really upped the graphics to something.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's going to be pretty dang good as far as that campaign. This is just straight up campaign, right? Like they're not doing Halo 1.
They probably have multiplayer involved, but it's a separate thing now, I think.
Yeah, they've been specifically calling this Halo Campaign Evolved.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I agree. It looked crazy good.
It's a new Sergeant Johnson voice though.
Yeah.
Or at least it sounds like it. It doesn't sound like the original. Because I know the original voice actor, I think, retired. So.
On the flip side, it sounds like they're going to have new content that is going to revolve around him.
Yeah, it's going to be a year before the events of Halo.
I think a lot of people will enjoy that. I know I will. I'll want to see that because I like Sergeant Johnson. He's a great character.
But yeah, I mean, the resolution, it looked like a real 4K game. Not upscale. I mean, real 4K. And 60 frames per second, no less.
Mm-hmm.
It was really, really hyper smooth. Actually, finally, any thoughts about Gears of War E-Day?
They were bizarrely thin men. And I know it's because they didn't have their armor on at the beginning of it, but I still thought their proportions were like, where are their tree trunk limbs and their barrel chests and their roided out necks?
Well,
Does that
Coltrane
stuff, like-
wasn't there, so
Does that
Oh,
happen?
one of the
Does that happen
Carmines was.
after the war starts? Does like
before.
EA
No, it's at the
spread a
time.
mist and-
It is at the time the war starts. E-Day, Emergence Day.
yeah, but does like E-Day spread like a mist that makes people just straight up jacked, or what is it?
No,
Why do they?
E-Day happened like a decade before the events of the first Gears of War.
All
I
I'm
will say
saying
this
is
though,
that
John
those,
DiMaggio did a
those
good
gears
job
look
of
pretty thin.
John DiMaggio did a good job of sounding young in that.
He did. The gameplay looked good too. The gunplay.
The
looked
gameplay looked like
pretty
Gears of War.
awesome.
That's all I can say.
Yeah,
It was the same cover shooter thing. And
I
that's not a
wasn't
bad
crazy
thing.
about the. I wasn't crazy about the active reload meter being in the middle of the screen as opposed to sitting on the weapon itself in the corner. But whatever. Like, I hope we can actually move that because it's kind of odd that it would just sit that it would come up right in the middle of the screen like that.
Finally, the one notable thing is the new 25th anniversary Xbox Series X, which looks like the original Xbox clear one turned into an Xbox Series X.
Yeah, translucent plastic.
Looked good. I'm not going to get it, but it looked good. I'm satisfied with the Xbox Series X I already have. Anyways, let's move on to this wholesome gaming before we go for the big games. There are a crap ton of them. Let's just talk about the ones that impressed us most. I like the very first one they showed, which was Dressmaker.
Yeah, they had. What'd you like about Dressmaker?
I mean, 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 I mean I like the fact that, you're making dresses. I mean, you have to pick the fabric, you have to pick the color and all that stuff. And I was looking at the components and I saw each of the things had ratings on them. So what I'm hoping is that it's possible to do a bad combination, not just a good combination. And it looks a little bit more than a cozy game. But I don't think there's going to be a true failure state. But I don't know. There's something about it that I like. How about you? Was there any game in the Wholesome Direct that caught your eye?
Oh yeah, Wholesome Direct always gives me a load of wish lists that I take with me, and this year was no different.
Before you go, I'll say the other game that caught my eye was In the Drift, because it was also made by the developers of Sable. It's a nice little 2D platformer.
It seemed like there was a pretty good helping of farming games.
Yeah,
I was going to say frog-based games this year.
Oh no, I'm going to say farming games, and it's like, okay, enough. There are too many farming games.
There's a lot of capybaras in gaming lately.
What are you talking about? There's one capybara game.
There are multiple. There's the Alabaster Dawn has a capybara. Iudian Chronicle had a capybara.
As someone who plays a lot of indie games, I can speak to the fact that cozy gaming has had a lot of capybaras in it.
Thank you.
A lot of cats.
It's they're like the trademark chill animal right now.
Yes,
which is why they get a lot of play.
Wait, were that what those creatures were in the? There was one game in which had a bunch of furry things, and I was trying to remember what the name of it is, but it's sort of like an open world crafting game, except with these furry creatures. Were those capybaras?
Possibly. They basically look like giant. They kind of look like beavers, but without the tail.
They're giant rodents. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if these were. Maybe they were. I
don't know. Some of my winners.
There's a lot of frog games too. Froggy Brews.
Some of my winners were Lou's Lagoon, which is a flying mail delivery game.
You know what? When I first saw it appear, you know what? I'm pretty sure it ran through your head too, right? Tailspin. All of a sudden, I was thinking about Blue.
It's got a very vibrant look to it that I can see that. You also have like a gruff kind of chunky mentor that kind of guides you into it. So there's a lot of fun vibes there that I can say, yeah, it's similar.
Right. It was the one that I was talking about was Tinker Nest, and those aren't capybaras. Those look like, I can't say they're groundhogs. I don't know what they are.
No, I'm not sure what that is. It looks like a little fox.
They look like Stan and Studio Ghibli creatures.
Yeah, those aren't cappies. Those are like I don't know. It does look like kind of like a Studio Ghibli cat fox thing.
Oh, by the way, there's one major game, one AAA game that they showed at the Wholesome Direct, and that was Planet Zoo 2. I mean, that already been announced, but
oh yeah. They're adding aquatic and aviary biomes to that game. It's the first time they've ever had like fish and sea turtles and eagles and toucans and other stuff that you can take care of in addition to what they already have.
But what it does tell me though is that they're going to have a no-fail mode in the game.
Mm-hmm. They're also going to have a sandbox mode where once your animals grow large enough, you can release them into wildlife reserves and watch them run wild. It's pretty cool looking. Another one, like I had a couple town builders on my list. Croakwood was a frog town building game. And you straight up like building a bayou in
they say create a town worth croaking about.
Yeah. And I don't know. I like the bog biome as far as like a building a town sim.
There's been a lot of those, by the way, lately. Not even just cozy games. I mean, you had I have Steam game. I've been doing some of the demo Steam games of some of the builders, like what's the name of it? Dark and Light, I think it is one of them. No, there's several games. One of them is just mice, and you have cat overlords. And you have one that's around a tree, which is basically Frostpunk with a tree. They've had a lot of town builders coming out.
Yeah. And another one on my list that was also a town builder was called Go-Go Town.
Yeah.
And this game looks like a game in which you play as Tom Nook. It looks like you try to attract people to your land and then put them to work wherever you
Except there's a
can.
redhead, the ginger girl.
And it looks like very, very extensive in the way that you can like organize everything and but the whole thing seems to be about attracting people to your quote unquote vacation island and then making them work for it.
They also showed off Power Lives. That's already out. I think it's in early access, and the main criticism people have about Power Lives is that it's kind of dull right now. Not much you can do with it. But it's another attempt to, have a new Sims game.
Mm-hmm. And the last ones that caught my eye were Froggy Brews, which is a tea making game with which gave me sort of cutesy. What's that coffee shop game? Coffee Talk.
Yeah,
gave me cutesy Coffee Talk vibes.
Have you played any of those games?
Yes.
Okay.
And
I played all of them. I just completed Tokyo.
Yeah, they're still good, and they definitely have a certain style that has gone into other parts of the indie community at this point for how well they
What
do.
about Tales of CQ?
Oh, I don't know.
It's a farming game with animals, including capybaras.
The last one that got me was Waterfall, which is an oasis building sim. You take a dry land and you like cut a path through it where water can flow through and sort of builds vegetation into it.
Sort of like
I
the
like
new
that one.
Rome builder. The new you have Anno Rome, but now you have another game that's also about Rome and building, but it's all about water placement. I don't know if you've seen that one before.
I have not seen that one.
I have it actually on Game Pass. Let me see if I can remember the name. Oh, Nova Roma. Try it out. You should check it out. It's still in early access. So, getting to PC games, and we're just going to talk about PC games in general. I will say this: one for the PC gaming show, one game immediately caught my attention. That was Star Trek Outposts Unknown.
Yep, same here.
And there's a demo on Steam which I downloaded, which I'll be trying out later.
That looks like a lot of fun. I love the idea of just building Star Trek outposts.
It's a city builder, but Star Trek.
Yeah. Really good.
The other game that I saw that I actually downloaded the game for was Arcane Eats demo. Arcane Eats, which is a restaurant game in which it's a deck builder card fantasy deck building restaurant game.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, so it's a deck builder, except now you have cards with ingredients on them, and you
Did
play
you
like you do
catch- We're talking PC gaming show, right?
Yes.
Did you catch that Night Dive's next project is Thief, the first Thief?
Yeah.
That's exciting. I'm excited for that.
We'll see. I wasn't a fan of what they did with System Shock, so we'll see.
Oh,
Well, that's the way it is. Hopefully they just import all of Stephen Russell's lines.
yeah. I have confidence. System Shock was a remake. I have confidence in their remasters. They do a really good job at that stuff. I really enjoyed their remaster of the thing last year. No, maybe that was 2 years ago now.
I think something that caught my eye there was the Stronghold 4.
Yeah, so there's two games that are coming out. One is Stronghold 4, and the other one, which I think is a little bit better to me, is Bergfried. So with Bergfried, you have a little more control, and you can paint pads and all that. But also, it allows you to go down to foot level, so it's a first-person game, but you can walk around your stronghold and check things out from a human scale. Look at Bergfried sometime.
Berkeley?
Bergfried. It's very interesting. The other game that I chuckled at was Hack 95,
Yeah, that looked really funny. I like that idea.
complete with Windows 95 and also a fake Bill Gates. There was a game about hacking from Introversion Software. And I'm trying to remember the name of it. Uplink, right? Uplink. That was back in 2001. Wow, when I was reviewing things for GamePen. I wonder if it's going to be similar, although it doesn't seem like it's going to be similar to Uplink.
They had the new so there's a group called Battery Staple Games that has done a couple roguelite Mega Man games at this point called 20XX and 30XX.
Yes, I saw that.
And they showed a new game at PC Gaming Show called Clown Town, which is a WarioWare Mario Party-esque. It's called a 2 to 8 player party campaign. I thought that one looked silly and fun. I'm really interested to see how that one turns out.
There's also another deck builder, Two Fights, Two Tight Spaces. I have the original. Yeah. It's the sequel. I own the original one. And it's really interesting because basically what you're doing is you're doing a John Woo action scene with cards.
Yeah. That one looked fun. And those games are fun in general. Like, I'm excited for another one.
And then you have Mr. Magpie's Harmless card game.
Do you remember the medieval knight version they made Knights in Tight Spaces?
Okay.
It was literally just a medieval take on fights in tight spaces.
Okay. Yeah. There's another card deck builder called Mr. Magpie's Harmless Card Game. But it's not harmless.
Yeah, this was another one of those. This has been a trend lately. This whole you go into a dangerous underground situation and play a seemingly harmless game, and then immediately it starts being like, oh, and every time you lose, we'll cut off one of your fingers with a hacksaw. And it's like
Echo Generation.
Yeah. Sinking City made an appearance on this, and they got a demo.
Oh, that's right. Sinking City too, and I thought that would be something that you would be interested in a lot.
I am extremely interested in it. I played a preview of it, and man,
now, keep in mind there were two PC game shows. There was the PC gaming show, and there's also the Futures game show.
Yeah, and I'm really happy for Frogwares to be back in control of their own fate when it comes to the Sinking City, because like they were hampered before. They had to deal with Nacon kind of strong-arming them. And now they've got their rights back. Now they've got the rights to the game back, and they're able to.
Not going to make any more Hercule Poirot games or Sherlock Holmes.
No, I think it's just that they wanted to go back to the Sinking City and make it the way they wanted to make it the first time, and they'll probably still go back to doing the. You're talking about the Sherlock games, right?
Yeah, they also did Didn't they also do a Poirot game? No, that's someone else. That's Microids.
They might have, but their big things. It was Microids. Their big things have been Sherlock with Creepy Watson.
Yeah.
And
go ahead.
They still do, and they've still done those games, but I'm happy to see them go back to Sinking City and like do it the way they wanted to do it.
You play Cairn?
I have not. I hear good things about it all the time.
Yeah, they have a huge expansion coming out called On the Trail. I was just wondering if you played it.
I have friends that love that game. Like, really, really. That might be one of their games of the year as far as what's come out so far.
So we should talk about Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Yeah, we got a new trailer for it, giving us a better look at everything.
So this is a remake?
Yeah, it's a remake of Assassin's Creed 4. I want new sea shanties.
that'd be great. I love to see Shanties that were in Pillars of Eternity too. So I always love that kind of thing.
I think I might be the only person who cares about Defender of the Crown.
I was actually super okay, Jonah. I played that game back on NES, and it was not the best version of that game. But I remember
No, I played it back on the
vividly.
Amiga. Goddammit!
I remember that game so vividly, and when I was looking, I was like, "Wait, what? What? Defender of the Crown? Where do I know that from?" And I was like, looking it up and be like, "Holy shit! this is a remake of that."
Yeah, but they don't have anything to do with any console version. They have everything to do with the Amiga version.
Yeah,
I remember because I still remember exactly what the Amiga version looked and sounded like.
The NES version was not a very high quality version of the game, but it was
here's
still
the
ridiculous and fun.
They're doing the original version, as it was in 1986. They're doing an updated graphical version, and then they're doing a die-rolling roguelike version.
Yeah. I like it. I like it.
Weird.
I like the fact that we have all like these three very different versions of the same game. Like whether you want to play it the original way, which I do, I very much do, and I'm excited to see this. I want to give that a go. It's like one of the first medieval Sims that I ever remember.
We're also getting an expansion for the altars, which I was not expecting.
Mm-hmm. That game was also very cool. That's
Very
the one where you
overlooked.
clone yourself and then give yourself different jobs.
No, what happens is that you clone yourself from different times of your life in which you make a different decision.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, I decided to be a scientist. Right.
But then they all have different moods about it, and some of those moods can be very destructive.
Like the miner lost his arm, and now he has a new arm. And he decides he has to cut it off because it feels weird to have a real arm again. If you don't give him painkillers, he will cut off his own arm.
Yeah, so there's a lot of intense decisions in that game.
Clive Barker has the game Hellraiser Revival.
Clive Barker.
Yeah,
Clive Barker and
done by Saber as well.
Clive Barker in games is usually a bad combination.
Yes, we remember that previous game, but this is being done by Saber Interactive.
Saber Interactive is also kind of a. I mean, they're
hit and miss. Yeah. But when they do their Sniper Elite, they're always hit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's at least worth seeing what it like the gameplay will look like. I'm gonna watch that trailer and get a better look at it because it's. I don't know. I have bad memories of Clive Barker's Jericho. That game was horrible.
That's the game I'm referring to. You also have the Hot Wheels game. You have two toy car games. You have Hot Wheels and you have Wheelmates.
The Hot Wheels was a nice surprise.
I hope they allow you to create your own tracks.
That would be good, yes.
And Wheelmates is RC cars. Halloween the game. Starring Michael Myers.
Yep.
Well, hey, look, we did Friday the 13th. We did Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know, as asymmetric multiplayer games, and now we're going to try Halloween. Although in this game, it's actually more like the original Halloween game, in which it's not you just Michael Myers and you're hacking people up.
Yep. It doesn't look like it. I guess. Hold on. Is this asymmetrical? It is an asymmetrical game, isn't it?
Is it? I didn't think it was.
It's by Elphonic, so I would guess that it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is going to be an asymmetrical survival horror game. You can either be Michael Myers or you can be one of several survivors and try to fight back. He looks really good in this game. Elphonic did a good job on the presentation of this so far. It's funny too because Jason Voorhees has been confirmed for Dead by Daylight at this point, which is like the guy that everybody wanted to be in Dead by Daylight. And there's like several killers in Dead by Daylight that are inspired by him. But now they're finally getting the guy himself.
Hold on.
I thought I saw that they were adding. Were they adding Resident Evil characters to it? Lady Demetriou or whatever.
They've added a few already. They have Leon, Claire, Ada, and Chris in there, and then they also have Nemesis and Wesker.
Okay. I just need to make sure we're still streaming.
I'm sorry, not and also Rebecca Chambers is in there.
Okay. Sorry, I had some screwy things going on here. Anyways, getting back to PC stuff. Anything else that grabbed your eyes?
No, I think we've hit everything that I was interested in.
Let me see.
There was another game which was, it's a cleanup game. Oh, no, it's a horror game. Oh, no, it's a cleanup game. Oh, no, wait, it's a horror game. Hoarders. You see that trailer? You enter this place which is down and dinky, and it's like one of those places you find in Resident Evil and say, oh, God, it's a horror game. Then you start cleaning it up and say, oh, no, it's a cleanup game. And then it gets, oh, this is a horror game. Because it becomes quickly Lovecraftian. Check out the Hoarders. Or Hoarders. I'm trying to remember which it goes by. Hoarder. I'm sorry, it's just Hoarder. You watch the trailer, it's kind of screwed up.
Yeah.
It was like, oh. It's one of those games, which is basically its version of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Nice.
There's another Outward game. You know anything about Outward? It's that game in which survival game, the first one in which everybody in town says, "Get out! We don't like you anymore. You have to make money for us." Okay. Well, Hour 2 has been announced. What's it called? I guess they also showed off Nobody. God. But was already showed off at the Xbox thing a long time ago. But I guess it's coming out soon. Everybody. No. God. I can't believe I forgot the name of the game. Nobody. There's no ghosts at the Grant or something like that. So anyway, let's move on to news items now. Nintendo finally developing replaceable batteries, and this comes from Eurogamer. Nintendo has announced it is creating hardware with replaceable batteries, which will presumably will include in its Switch consoles due to new EU regulations tackling electronic waste. Announced on the official Nintendo website, the company declared it would follow the EU's batteries regulation by updating its hardware. This regulation is meant to limit electronic waste caused by devices without easily changeable batteries, by forcing businesses to allow us to easily swap out older batteries for new ones. While the specific Nintendo products affected aren't listed, one can assume it includes anything with a battery in it. So the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 and the Nintendo Pro controllers. Thank you, EU. Because I remember having my Galaxy S5 in which I could pop out my battery and put in a new one, so I didn't have to waste time charging it. And I'm pretty sure that anybody who owns a Switch or a Switch 2 is saying, thank God, I can have batteries I can swap out.
Yeah, don't be too thrilled because I've heard several times in reporting about this that they are specifically going to keep this model in the EU, which means
Makes no sense because
no swappable batteries in the United States or Japan.
Well, here's the thing. It's cheaper to have one set of product than have to make one version and another version, so we'll see.
Yeah. I was looking over this news and reading over it very closely, and it looks like they're going to be very, very specifically trying to just comply with the EU.
They can try. They can try. They're gonna. Money's gonna force them to change.
It would be very nice if they made a replaceable battery switch to a global model, because I would like that. Now, granted, I haven't had too much issue with my Switch 2 running out of battery, but I also don't play it off handheld too often. So I know that the controllers last an incredibly long time. But yeah, I would like to see this become global as well, just because why not? It's such a it's such a utility feature that makes it more convenient for everybody.
But convenience isn't the aim of Nintendo. Although, you know,
Yeah.
now that I think about it, they could overcharge you for the replacement batteries and make their money that way.
Yeah, it's still a bummer.
The ROG Xbox Ally 20 the ROG Xbox Ally X20 announced with OLED display, and this comes from Shack News. The Asus revealed the ROG Xbox Ally X2, a new iteration of its handheld gaming device created in association with Microsoft. It features a bigger screen, an OLED display, and will only be available in a bundle along with X-Real R1 AR glasses, which is interesting. You have this great new device, but you can only buy it if you're going to buy the augmented reality glasses.
That is a strange thing. Like, what if I don't want to play AR?
Replace the library button with an action button, and its 4-directional D-pad can be replaced with an 8-directional D-pad, similar to what you see in the Xbox Elite controllers. The AR gaming glasses can project a 171-inch vertical screen and can be plugged directly into the Xbox Ally X20, and there's no current release window or price, although I'm going to say it's probably going to be 4 figures, whatever it is.
Yeah. I always at this point when we're not seeing a price on this stuff right away, I get nervous. We're in a bad time for buying new technology, and I almost feel like these guys are kind of waiting on it too. Like, they want to see how things turn out before they say that.
I think it was going to be 4 digits no matter what year it's going to be in.
Right. But if things change and cost of components maybe goes down, not saying it'll happen, not saying it's anywhere near close to happening.
Do you like augmented reality?
I do like it when it's done well. I liked it on the Quest, and it's nice to use in some circumstances when you have a good virtual keyboard, or when you have a good keyboard that you can access in it. When it has a good UI, I enjoy it. But I'm forced to do it. And it sounds like with this one, you're kind of forced to do it.
Maybe. It sounds like they're actually separate devices. They just have to be bundled together.
Yeah.
So there's one direct we haven't done because it's tomorrow, and that's going to be the Nintendo Direct.
That I'm looking forward to. See what they show.
But let's engage in some speculation. What do you think they're going to show?
I think that they're going to show the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake.
Yeah, that's been a rumor for a while now.
That's a good one.
And then they're going to show a little bit of Star Fox, just to refresh everybody on the fact that it's coming out this month. And then they're going to show a Kid Icarus game, a new Kid Icarus game made by Mercury Steam. It's going to be a 2.5D platformer.
Oh, I would love that.
And then they're going to show a 2.5D remake of Chrono Trigger. And everybody will cheer, and we'll have a good year.
Oh, my God.
I'm more interested to see the licensing that isn't an old license, that's a new license. But then again, we can't really predict it.
We'll probably get an update on Pokemon Winds and Waves.
Well, everybody's expecting.
There was an update on Sea of Stars, and I'm sure that will probably show up at the Nintendo Direct.
This thing's going to be chunky. They've already said it's going to be around 50 minutes for the Direct itself, and then they're going to do a deep dive Nintendo Treehouse Live for 90 minutes.
95 minutes, yeah.
So
what they'll be doing is they'll be playing the games.
Right.
Direct.
But that's a lot of time for a Nintendo Direct.
Unlike, I don't think they have the Microsoft thing in which they just want to show developers talking about how they made the game. They said, "Oh, let's just play the game. If it has a playable build, let's play it."
All right.
that's basically it for today.
Okay.
Look for our show notes at gamingpodcast.net, along with industry news and our gaming history articles. If you enjoy feedback, so please comments on our blog at gamingpodcast.net. Also, just up at facebook.com/gamingpodcast. Subscribe to us on iTunes and comments. You can find me on Blue Sky at Jonah Falcon.
You can find me at Johnny Chucks.
You can find me at Shard the Sage.
And we will see you next week.
Happy gaming, everyone.
Have fun, be cool, play games, yo.